Hello YouTube! Well, seems I'm waiting for the parts to Ripperoo and Rasham because they're not here yet. English postmen always on strike, always doing stuff like I sent the money to Kira for the actual postage and packing of Rasham 3 weeks ago. She sent it 3 weeks ago. Not here yet. But anyway, to the main point of this video, we have found out that Kira, not that Kira, not the Entei Kira, the Tiger Kira, the Glaceon Kira. There's two Kiras that can get very confusing, but remember, not the Entei Tiger one, the Glaceon one. Anyway, that Kira has finished her Cubsora, which I will put a link to below. And yes, it was my job to make the Keyblade, but she didn't actually update, so it was like, last thing we saw was 2 months ago and she had just the feet done, just the feet. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's completely done and it's like, whoa, that was fast. But anyway, it's my job to make the Keyblade. What seems I was making it, I thought, well, it's not very much done, which I'll show you in a second. And I thought, this would be a good idea to do a little quick 3-part tutorial of basic weapons crafting. So normally you can either take a lot of time and effort or a lot of money to buy or make something like this, which is a PVC weapon which you can take to conventions. It's still fairly heavy, which is, yeah, fairly heavy. But yes, this particular one is made out of PVC, and for the moulding and the actual moulding and the actual PVC itself, you're probably looking at a couple of £100 for something like this. Well, that's if you're actually making it. I mean, I bought this for 150, but yes, if you're actually going to say, I'm going to make something which isn't on a very popular game like Kingdom Hearts, you want to make something off of, let's pick something random out of my big game shelf. If you wanted to make a weapon out of, oh, what the heck is that? Honestly, I'll look at that game later. But if you wanted to make a weapon out of Charata, I don't know. If you wanted to make a weapon out of Charata, I'm actually saying that right. It's Puchicarat. Who knows? But anyway, if you wanted to make a weapon out of that, I guess that's not a very popular game. So you would have to buy moulds and all of the other things. So yeah, if you're buying moulds and making it yourself, it'd probably cost about 300, or buying it probably costs about 150. Anyway, that's all advanced and we're not going to get into that. We're doing basic weapons crafting, which all you'll need is foam and metal. Don't worry, you're not welding. You're not going to go put on your welding goggles, start up a flame and start welding it. No, you only need metal for the skeleton, because as you can see, this is the Circle of Life Keyblade that I'm making for Kira. And yes, it's flimsy. It's so flimsy. So the first thing you'll want to buy, obviously, is foam. Not much of it. You'll probably only need about probably about 2-3 meters of foam, but this, I mean, this has only got half a meter in it. But still buy 2 or 3 meters, because as you can see, it's very flat. So you will need the others to actually pad it out and make it round and stuff. But we'll get to that on the second part. So yes, let's do the first part. So the first thing you need to do is make a skeleton of your weapon. So just basically a quick drawing of what your weapon is going to be. I'll hold that back there so you can see it. A quick drawing of what your weapon is going to be, like draw the hook bit and then cut it out flat like that, so it's nice and flat. And make sure it's quite thin, about, you know, that thin. That probably looks quite thick on the camera, but it's not that thick, believe me. Yeah, you want to make it about 5, actually I've got a ruler here. Yeah, you want to make it about 2 centimeters thick, if that. I mean, that's about 1.7 cm, but yeah, you want to make it about 1.5 cm to 2 centimeters thick, and then glue all the pieces together. Like with this one, I had the actual keyblade bit and hook all as one. Then this handle, this part, and this part are all, separate, and I glued them all together. So yes, you want a basic skeleton like that. And because it's so flimsy, you want to go buy really thin wire, like about that thin. That's looks really thick because I'm poking it to the camera, but yes. And really long, depending on your weapon. If you're having a smaller weapon, short, but if you're using one of those great big Sephiroth swords, you're going to need like lots of big wire. And all you'll be doing today is basically, wrong end, sharpen it slightly, not too much, and just start poking it through. And eventually that will go, this wire will go all the way through the foam, and it'll be solid. So for what I'm going to do for Kira is to keep it solid, I'm going to have a piece of wire running all the way through the centre shaft to keep it central, and then up near the blade it's going to be like diagonal, diagonal, and then a bit going across, and then obviously for the handles diagonal and diagonal again. So I will come back when I've done that, because that will take you a good half an hour to an hour just slowly poking it through. So I'll come back then and I will show you a nice solid keyblade, and that's all you'll need to do on Weapons Crafting Tutorial 1, is make the skeleton and poke wire through. All in all, it'll probably cost you about, well, I mean, this was £3, so 3 meters, £7. It'll probably cost you about £10. That's pretty good. So for Weapons Crafting Tutorial 1, you're looking to spend £10 or $17. So there you go. Go, friends, and craft weapons to kill each other with at the conventions. And also, which I will be releasing on my Let's Play, I went to game today, and I have the all-important release dates for Ratchet and Clank, All for One, and Skylanders. So be sure to check the Let's Play to hear those magical release dates, and I'll see you all then. Okay, and we are done. That took a good hour, so I've took my goggles off, but it doesn't matter, because I need to go off camera. So yes, now we have a skewered keyblade, like so. So yes, we have, I'm going to have to hold this back here now. We have two metal poles going through the centre. We have one going from here, this one going out, so we've got one going from the top of here to the round thing, which is the first support for the main shaft, and then we've got one running all the way through the handle, so there's the thing, all the way through the handle, down through the handle, through this circular thing, through the shaft, out to there, that little second thing. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little second notch just there. So yes, that's the two main ones. So now, instead of it being flimsy, look, it holds up fine. So yes, that now holds up perfectly fine. It doesn't flop in any way. I would like to, let's pull off of it. It doesn't flop in any way. The only thing that does flop at the moment is that, because I haven't done that, but I'll do that in a minute. So yes, there you go. That is the first part of weapons crafting, or basic weapons crafting. Make a skeleton and reinforce it with this thin wire. I'll do the rest of this off camera. And just for Kira, because I can see him at 8 minutes, so I've gibbered on long enough. She wanted this for Cub Sora, and if you've played Kingdom Hearts, he holds it in his mouth. But just for her, in case she thinks I can't actually do it because there's this big wire poking everything. But just for Kira, so she's not worried. See this little thing? These both extend, so you don't need to worry about that. And look. See, it fits one way, or if you're going to hold it with your fursuit head the other way. You see, I can fit it in my mouth, so your big fursuit head will easily be able to fit it in your mouth. Look, I mean, I can get my whole nose and mouth in this area, and the same in there. So you know, your big lion jaws will easily fit in these extendable, movable handles, and as I say, it'll easily fit in Cub Sora's mouth. So there you go. There is the first part of your Keyblade, Kira, and for the rest of you, there's your part 1 of 3 of your weapons crafting tutorial. So when we come back, I'll have the rest of this skeleton all done, and I will show you all how to put the top and bottom layer off and round it off so it actually looks like what it's supposed to look like, or should I say it'll look the correct shape, not flat, it'll all be rounded. So that's what you'll be looking for in part 2, and you won't need to spend any money in part 2 either, so that's good. So see all you guys then.